Hi. Okay, today I'm going to show you how to reconstitute a new peptide. So the first thing you want to do is grab an alcohol pad and you want to just lightly swab the top of where you're going to be inserting your needle for the backwater. So this is just regular BAC water. This is what goes into the actual vial when you get it, where it just shows like a powdery substance. And what we will do is we'll put the backwater into this vial, which will make it a full solution. The reason it doesn't come this way is the amino in this actual vial can't have extreme heat or cold. So since temperatures are really hot right now, it's better to just ship the backwater separate, have you do it at home, and then you could put this in the refrigerator when you're done, right? So what I'll do now is I'll just pop the top off of the solution. I give that a little alcohol swab as well. So the way this works is you can see on here, this is a 10 milligram vial. This is BPC for inflammation, but this is the same thing with Retta or anything else you're using. So for 10 milligrams, you want to put 1 milliliter of backwater, right? So depending on the syringe you're using, you could see here, this is a 0.5 milliliter syringe. So it's half a milliliter. So what I will do is I'll fill up the backwater with this twice. Since this is only a half and we need a full, I'll do this twice, and I'll just show you here real quick. You want to take the back off the syringe, take the top off the syringe. And what we'll do is you'll see on the backwater is a little circle there. You see that bad boy right there? We're going to go ahead and stick that in the middle of that. Don't worry, it looks like the needle doesn't go far enough to get to the water, but it will. All you do from there is once it is, and I typically hold it upside down so the water just gravity feeds the bottom of the syringe. But as I pull this down, keeping that intact, you'll start to see the solution coming down now. Takes it a few seconds. I normally give it a little tap with the fingernail just to get any of the bubbles out. So from there, I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. You'll see the solution is in there now, right at the 50 number. So what I do then is take the peptide. Again, you'll see a small circle on the top of it, and I just go ahead and stick the needle directly into that circle with the backwater syringe. So what happens is this thing will actually start to pull now without me even pushing on it. What I like to do when this is happening is just slightly turn the powder just so that it gets the amino broken down without it being too rigorous, right? Like, last thing you want to do is put water in here and then shake it really vigorously. It could actually break up the amino chain. So when you do it in, I would just recommend doing it soft, not moving it around too much, just kind of swirling it around. Let's go ahead and do that again since we only got half of it in there right now. Here's the other. You should be able to see it filling up. Okay, that's at the top and that's at the 50. So you could get full milliliter syringes, so you don't have to do this twice. I normally use the 0.5s just because the needle is smaller and they don't hurt as much going in. So let me go ahead and put this in here. Same thing should happen. It starts to draw down. Give it a little push. Okay. So once that's in there on a 1 milliliter vial, you can see that it's typically right under the halfway point. You can see there's a little bit of salt still there, the solution still there. So I just kind of do this, just kind of move it around a little bit, right? Nothing too vigorous, just enough to dilute the solution. And now you have the actual, peptide ready to use. So you no longer need this. You can just store this in a cupboard somewhere. You'll use this again when you go to put in another, when you start a new batch of whatever solution you're using, whatever peptide you're using. So you do want to keep this in the refrigerator, though. For BPC, this is kind of a once a day type of thing for me because I got shoulder inflammation. So I just keep this in the fridge and then I put 1 milligram in my shoulder a night, right? So when you go to use this now, like if you're doing Retta and you're doing it twice a week, you only need to do this, say Monday, Thursday. But nonetheless, it's still the same thing. So you would just put the needle in, the solution, just right at that circle. You just push it in, and then once the needle's in, you just draw out whatever dosage you're looking to do, right? So for me, I do 1 milligram, so I'd pull this down to the 10 number. You see it on there, and then once it's down to the 10, I take that off, and then I basically just squeeze a little bit of skin, and these are really small needles, so they don't really hurt. So that's it. That's how you reconstitute a peptide. And hopefully this video helps. Hit me up if you have any questions, but that's really all there is to it. Thanks.